Alright, I think you knew this was coming. It's finally time for part 2 showcasing some more DS ROM hacks. The DS is such a great system, and over 20 years later, it's still worth it with just how many games it has. Not to mention its backwards compatibility with the GBA. I recently picked up a DS Lite for pretty cheap with a broken shoulder button, and for one main reason, to shell swap it. Here I have a sleek chrome shell that was sent to me by Extreme Rate. Huge thanks to them. If you want to check shells like this one out or any of their other stuff, the link is in the description. I don't want to spend too much time on this, so here's the finished product. I didn't swap the entire shell since it was very difficult. I did the screen and buttons though, which look really good. It might have been the shell I got in particular, but this was definitely a more tedious swap. I was able to fix the shoulder button too, so that's a huge plus and makes this worth it in my book. Anyway, it's time to move on to some ROM hacks. This time around I had to dig a bit further to find some more hacks, but I was able to find some neat games here worth checking out. I'll also be covering a few homebrew games in this video as well. If you enjoy and want to see more content like this, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and without further delay, let's get into it. The first hack we're going to look at today is one that I've really wanted to check out, and that is Ermii Kart DS Legacy Edition created by the Ermii Kart DS team. With CTGP Nitro being the definitive way to play Mario Kart DS in my opinion, this still offers some really unique content, especially with the characters, karts, and tracks. I mean, this ROM hack adds Shrek to Mario Kart. Do I need to say more? It also replaces the rest of the characters as well, which is really awesome to see for this game. I really like the custom karts here too, Samus's gunship, the Blue Falcon, the Landmaster, and even variations of the standard kart. The HUD and items are also changed here too. I like the red and black aesthetic, and the item replacements are very interesting. This hack adds 32 custom tracks, and they are all really well done. A lot of them have custom music, and unlike CTGP Nitro, every custom track gear is replacing the vanilla tracks, which isn't a big deal honestly, but just something I wanted to mention. I really enjoyed my time playing this one, and I'd recommend checking it out, despite it being on the older side. At number 2, we have Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of the Spirit by Max Scherzy and the EOTS team. This is a full overhaul hack for Explorers of Sky. It's very story focused and delivers a brand new one at that. It also adds tons of characters, new dungeon designs, adjustments to starters, and so much more changes that are listed here. I never really played the Mystery Dungeon games much, but I have played the original Explorers of Sky, and this hack has been such a great experience. Especially since the beginning of the game is very similar to the original, and it doesn't throw you in a completely new environment. I'm slowly getting into the Pokémon games, so I'm trying to check out as many of these games and hacks as I can. And I have to say this hack is really good, and I definitely recommend it. At number 3, we have 2 hacks for Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow that I'll be including in the same spot, since they both do very similar things. First we have Sonic, Shadow, and Silver in Dawn of Sorrow by Shametal. This hack changes Julius's mode to replace Julius with Shadow, Yoko with Sonic, and Alucard with Silver. Their skills and voices change as well, and Sonic can even transform into Super Sonic. Each of them control pretty well, their attacks and skills definitely fit their characters, and the animations are very smooth.
Perfect.
Up next we have Dawn of Sorrow and Knuckles, created by Muddy. This one essentially does the same thing, replacing the characters in Julius's mode with Knuckles, Amy, and Tails. They each have unique skills, attacks, and animations as well, which is great to see. These hacks are really cool, and during my research for this video, I found a ton of hacks like these that swap the characters in the game with completely different characters from other franchises without really changing the core game. But I'd say these two are definitely worth checking out. At number 4 we have the full content patch for Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, created by Kyo-san. I've been playing this game a lot lately, and when I found this hack, I figured I'd just transfer my save and continue playing the game this way, and I don't regret it. This hack adds a ton of content back into the game that was previously locked behind certain requirements. It integrates online shop items into regular gameplay, lets you recruit all units, experience all chapters, access all classes, and use the game's full inventory without any locked requirements. It also has an additional patch which includes all the content that I just listed, plus updated growth rates, class stats and weapon stats, and some graphical updates from New Mystery of the Emblem. I should also mention that this hack requires a specific version of the game to work, the version with Micronauts in the title. This hack is a great quality of life update for this game, and I've been playing the game like this and will continue to do so from now on. At number 5 we have New Super Mario Bros. The Next Adventure, created by Sad Egg. This is your tried and true level and quality hack for New Super Mario Bros. It features graphics ripped from the later New Super Mario Bros. Games, and some gameplay improvements like giving Luigi his signature jump. The level design here is very good, it's similar to newer Super Mario Bros. DS in that regard. The levels are nicely designed here while not being too challenging, and I especially love the airship level in World 2. They are by far my favorite level types from these games. It also has different music for levels as well, like DS Cheep Cheep Beach. Overall, if you're looking for a great level hack for NSMB that is on par in quality to newer Super Mario Bros. In my opinion, give this a try. Okay, time for some homebrew games. First up, we have Super Mario Bros. Z DS, created by Hedgehog Nobi. This is a recreation of one of the Flash games made based on Mario Bros. Z, and is rather bare bones in content, but is still super neat. You can play as either Mario or Sonic, and pick from 11 different stages. They both have commands and unique attacks of course, and the combat is pretty smooth. Definitely not difficult to control despite all the different commands. Up next we have a port of Minicraft to the DS by Arthur Kos. This is a smaller 2D and top-down version of Minecraft essentially, and was actually originally created by Notch himself back in 2011. This game is actually really good for what it's worth. The controls are decent, the graphical style is pretty good, and it does have a lot of content and items from the original Minecraft. The DS version incorporates the touchscreen and lets you view the map and manage your inventory, which is probably the best way to give the touchscreen some use for a game like this. The final homebrew game we're going to look at today is Cave Story DS by Rain. Not to be confused with the DSiWare or Cave Story 3D versions, this is its own standalone port. This is a really great port. The controls are smooth, the gameplay is smooth, and also has multiplayer modding support and quality of life improvements. I really enjoyed playing all these homebrew games for the video, and I'd say they're definitely all worth checking out. Okay, for the final hack in this video, this is one that I'm really excited to mention. and that is the English translation of Death Note, the Kira game created by the AGT team. I binged the entire anime a while back, and was very interested when I saw this hack pop up when I was looking into what to include in this video. This is a strategy game, not much gameplay really, with a lot of tutorials when you start, but it is very helpful information. You go through scenarios where two of the characters are either Kira or L, and I'm not going to explain the game mechanics since that would just take too long, but in summary, you debate the other characters, decide who to trust or not to trust, suspect other characters, and eventually have to vote someone out. Since I watched the anime, I had an idea of what to do going in, but since any character could be Kira or L, it does throw some challenges in who to accuse or clear of suspicion. In the first chapter, you should win as Light being Kira, and Matsuda being L, with the point of this in-game being to push forward the investigation through the Kira game. I highly recommend this one if you're a fan of Death Note. I honestly thought a game like this would be very boring, but after playing it, I'd say it's pretty entertaining and a great game for what it's worth. And with it having this English translation hack, it's definitely worth checking out. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and don't forget to join my Discord server linked in the description if you need any help or want to join the community over there. I'll be leaving links to where you could download each of these hacks yourselves along with the X Delta patcher to help you patch the ROMs, but keep in mind you'll have to provide your own copies of the games I talked about today. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and see you all soon.